I came on just to do this general collective love reading, y'all. Okay, I don't plan on being on here for long. I'm just gonna do this and get it out of the way, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll come back tonight, um, which will be like Thursday night or early Friday morning. We'll have to wait and see, but. For some reason, Spirit wants me to do this reading, so someone really needs to hear this message right now. And I felt like it couldn't wait because, once again, Spirit went through and unloaded Pandora's box on me. And I haven't been able to get this doggone song out of my head since like yesterday. So, you know, I've been trying to put this off because this song came up a couple days ago, but I was busy doing other things, so I couldn't get to it. So, but when I woke up, Spirit had this song here again. So, I'm going to try to read on this energy and get this message to you for whoever needs to hear this. And then maybe I'll do an extended for my Patreon members where I could pull out the rest of my Oracle cards. Because as y'all know, I got several. I got more than several. I mean, I probably have at least 40 different love Oracle decks. At least. So, I'm just going to use these few. And then I can go much deeper into it later with my members or something. So, let me make myself clear, beautiful people. This is a general collective love reading. It's not a personal reading. And understand me. If you are doing good with your partner, there's no problems. This reading is not for you. Okay? This is for someone who has just either broken up with their partner or their partner's broken up with them, or there's something going on that has you devastated. Like, I feel like someone found out that their partner has some kind of secret account. So meaning they've been like talking to other people and you're not aware of that. Or I even saw possibly they got someone pregnant that you didn't know about, or maybe um your significant other is pregnant with someone else's child. Okay, it's something around that. So the song that Spirit hasn't been able to leave me alone about is by an artist. I think she might have been in the 80s. I'm not positive. I know she was in the 90s. Tony Braxton. And the song is called I Don't Want To. So the song is pretty much about being sad, being brokenhearted. You're not able to move on because you're missing, you know, your partner, and you don't want to enjoy life anymore. The things that you used to enjoy, you don't want nothing to do with them anymore because you're missing this person. So again, if everything's gravy with you and your partner, this reading's not for you. This is for the people who have either just lost their partner, they've broken up, or you found out something that has you devastated, like you're thinking about leaving, or you think they're going to break up with you, okay? So, take what messages resonate, leave behind the rest. If something doesn't fit, don't force it to fit, okay? Alright, Spirit. And again, I'll probably do an extended all this where I can go a lot deeper later for my Patreon members. If this reading resonates to you, I'll do an extended, go much deeper with it later. But try to get some of this out of the way first. Alright, Spirit, show me what happened. Why is the collective and being sad? Why I feel like they are broken up, brokenhearted? Why is this song I Don't Want To keep playing in my head? What's the message, Spirit? What's going on here? Show me. Alright, Spirit. Show me, Spirit. What happened? Yeah, someone was pretending with you. Wearing a mask. Like I said, I get the feeling like someone was talking to someone else and you just found out. Yeah, there's this bluff. So someone was pretending. And now I feel like you know this, but I feel like this is why Spirit is bringing this up to me. I feel like you knew You had something inside, like an intuition telling you that something was off here. And Spirit's now bringing that to the surface. And because they're trying to help you get away from this person, because this person isn't any good for you. So this is to give you that different perspective so you can find closure and move on. Because I don't feel like this is where you're meant to be. Spirit, what else? What else happened with this person? Yeah, you're in a heart fog right now. Messed up. It says mixed signals, but I feel like, yeah, they probably, sent you mixed signals, but you're feeling like really messed up. Your heart is just, I get sadness and despair, and it's making you conflicted with what to do now. Because I get the feeling that this is something that's been going on. You've been with this person for a little bit, several months, if not longer. And you really thought that this person was your person, and you didn't think they would betray you or hurt you or put your relationship in jeopardy. But now I'm picking up that that's kind of what's happened. And they're chasing someone else because they're distracted. It's like, I feel like they're not chasing after you. I feel like they're chasing after someone else. Why? Because they've been acting distracted. They've been distant from you. And so now Spirit's trying to bring this forward to give you that clarity for you to trust yourself in this and know that if your intuition keeps telling you this and you keep seeing the red flags, pay attention to it. What else, Spirit? Yeah, this is like at its breaking point. You come to realize that. And I feel like it's up to you now if you give them a second chance. If if you confront them, if y'all haven't broken up yet, but if you confront them, they might apologize. But do I feel like it's sincere? No, I don't. I feel like the only reason why they would apologize is because they're afraid of losing something by walking away from you. Um, but for others, if they've already walked away, if y'all have already broken up, if you're waiting for an apology, I wouldn't hold my breath, truthfully. What else, Spirit? Show me. Yeah, Spirit needs you to start over. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Because I feel like this is needing to come to an end. I feel like Spirit's trying to protect you. You know how I said I feel like someone found out something? Secret accounts. So Spirit needs you to walk away from this. And yeah, this person probably has hurt you deeply. I understand you probably have a deep love for them. But Spirit wants you to start over, okay? They need you to let go of this person and start over. Start the healing process. Because I feel like, as I try and tell people, sometimes when things like this happens, this is the universe's way of trying to protect us, from further heartbreak or disappointment or something else that's coming in the future that we can't see yet, that we don't know. But the divine and your spirit guides see it. So they're trying to build separation from you and this person. And understand me something. Understand this, beautiful people. There's one way I've lived my life when it comes to romantic connections, okay? And I always forget to say this to people when I've done love readings in the past. Um, I did say this to someone a few nights ago, though. When you find your person, they're not going to be confused. Okay? Understand me. They are not going to be confused, okay? So, let me put it in this context. If y'all been talking for a while, okay? 2-3 months, you'll know if it's your person or not. And they're going to know if you're their person, okay? They're not going to be confused about you. And they're not going to be out there roaming around, having, secret affairs or talking to other people in case y'all don't work out. Because they're not going to think of anyone else but you, okay? So let me make that clear. If even your person were to come to you and be like, yeah, I messed up, yeah, you're right. I was talking to someone, so-and-so, or I met up with them because I was confused. What are they confused about? Like, if everything's good and you made it clear you want them and you're wanting to move to the next level with them, what's the confusion? It's because they're confused about you. That's just a BS excuse. Okay? Then it's not your person because they're not going to be confused. So that's how you get through that BS. All right, Spirit, what else? Show me. Yeah, Spirit showing it's coming to an end. Love child. Remember I said, like, I was getting a vision of, like, someone's pregnant with someone else's child, or they got someone else pregnant, or there's a child here that you don't know about, okay? Spirit's trying to bring this to an end because it's going to be nothing but pain. And that's all I feel from this, okay? And I understand you're probably hurt, devastated right now. But, you know, if you stay with this person, you know, think of what's going to happen again. You know, if they can get away with it once, why won't they do it again? And why would you put yourself through that when you know you could find someone who wants you and only you, who's not going to be out there playing around? Okay? Don't do that to yourself, you know. And I know some of y'all going to say, well, Amanda, but I love him, but I love her. I understand that. But the difference is, do they really love you? Because if they really loved you, they would never hurt you that way. They would never put you through that. And that's what you got to remember. So now it's up to you to love yourself more by saying bye to them. You know, I can't tell y'all what to do. I'm just telling you what the messages are. And I'm letting y'all know that, yeah, you may feel like right now that you can't walk away from them. You know, you can't get over them, or there's nobody out there better. If you keep thinking that way, then yeah, that's what you're going to find. But if you believe that you're worthy and you're deserving of a greater love, someone who's loyal, who wants you and only you, you will find that person. It's just not with this person, I feel, okay? Um, I even get the feeling like, um, yeah, I get the feeling like this person has been, I don't want to even say that. Spirit, how do I put this? Like, for someone out there, I feel like your person wasn't just talking to you then. They were talking to a couple other people. And they didn't cut those connections off. You may have cut your connections off, but they didn't. And so I feel like at some point in time, when things started to go south, we'll say, like there was problems, you know, there was stress in the relationship. I feel like this person, that's when they suddenly started hitting up these other people. Um, Not saying that they weren't connected to them then, but I feel like that's when it really came into play, when y'all started having problems. And instead of turning to you and working on the problems, working on the relationship with you, they ran away and pursued other interests or other people that they kind of kept on the sidelines. Is how I feel. What else, Spirit? Show me. Show me, Spirit. Yeah, Spirit showing me. Again, y'all decide what y'all want to do. But if you stay with this person, Spirit showing me, it's going to be a constant circle. You're going to keep going round and round and round with this person, going through the same thing. Why put yourself through that when you know you can have someone else who would want you and only you? Not someone who's out there playing around and looking at other people because they're confused. Again, what do they have to be confused about? If they're confused about you and where, you know, how they feel, they're not your person. Okay, after a few months, you know, max, they're going to know if you're their person or not. So, do you really want to go through this again? You know, and I understand y'all might say to me, well, man, I'm afraid to start over. Okay, yeah, I get that too. But you know what? You might fear you're going to get rejected by someone else. Okay, yeah, that stinks. I get that, right? But here's the other side of it. By you staying with this person, you know what you're doing? You're allowing them to reject you over and over again. Especially every single time the other person that they've been messing around with comes around. They're going to just constantly reject you. Why are you going to do that? Why not go put yourself out there and find someone else who wants you? You know, who's going to be loyal, who's not going to reject you or have you second guessing about them or where they stand with you. So, let's see, Spirit, show me. What else? What else does the collective need to know? Yeah. Spirit, show me, like, there's no feelings there. You know, if someone's wanting to know if your person has feelings for this other person, I don't feel like that's what it is. You know, even though this comes out, but I'm also getting this. No strings attached. So I don't feel like they care about this person. Not saying that, you know, they love you, because to me, if they love you, they wouldn't mess around and break your heart. But I do feel like there is nothing, no emotional connection, at least from what I'm being shown right now with this other person. But I feel like they're up against a rock and a hard place now because there's a child. Okay. Either they're pregnant with someone else's child, if we're talking about a woman, or for the guys, they got someone else pregnant, you know, or they have a child already that exists that they never told you about, that I don't feel like is very old. Like I just heard 3. So to me, that would be 3 months, 3 weeks, or 3 years. So we'll just say max, maybe 3 years old. Okay. So let me see, Spirit, where are they in this? Show me. Show me how this person feels for the collective. Where do they stand? Energy. Show me, Spirit. Drama. And it's like they even know. See, it says, please do what is best for your heart. So even your person knows they messed up. And they want you to do what's best for you. Why? Because they know they hurt you so much. Okay? So I feel like even your person has a guilty conscience right now. Why? Because I feel like they do have deep, you know, feelings for you. But they can't undo what's been done. So now it's up to you to decide, you know, to part ways for a while. Let them figure themselves out. And maybe down the road, if you're, you know, still feeling that way about them, you can, you know, see if something has changed then. But I don't want to say once a cheater, always a cheater. I mean, I think 9 times out of 10 that's true. But I understand people can change too. But that's just it. Do I feel like this person's ready to change right now? No, I don't. I feel like they need to be alone for a while and find themselves and figure out exactly what it is they want. What are they looking for in a partner? And if you fill those shoes. But then again, beautiful people, if you want to wait on him or her, you know, that's on you. But I wouldn't be waiting for them. I would be focused on myself, making myself better, you know, investing into me instead of trying to pour into someone else who's not pouring into me. And grow yourself. That way, you know, when you're over this person and when you're healed, when you're ready, you're going to attract the right people to you. And you're going to know by then what exactly it is you want, what you're willing to settle for, and what you won't. But this right here, no, I don't believe this is who it's supposed to be. So let's see. Spirit, what else? Yeah, they wish they could be a different person. They wish they could be a different person for you. But the truth of it is, they're not that person right now. Like the person you've been dreaming about, hoping they would become, is still in the future. Beautiful people, it's not right now. I feel like they would just feed you more BS, is how I feel. Let me see, what else? Where's my other deck? Actually, I want to know exactly where y'all stand in this. Just quickly. Whoops. And then I'll go get my tarot. See what the Spirit wants to say. Hold on. Alright, Spirit. Show me. What does the collective feel? Where do they stand in this? Show me, Spirit. I've never told you how deeply I feel for you because I'm scared of rejection. So you possibly have never even told your person how deeply you feel for them. Because you're afraid they're going to reject you. But the unfortunate thing is, by messing around with someone else they already have. The passion between us can take over a room. Everyone can see it. So everyone can see the chemistry between y'all. And I'm not saying this person doesn't have chemistry with you. And just unfortunately, they're running around with other people too. So, what else, Spirit? Talk on it. So many decks laying everywhere. Come on, show me. You know, like I said, Spirit's confirming it. The chemistry. Everyone can see the chemistry we have. It's magnetic and undeniable. So I understand there's pure passion and chemistry between y'all. But there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference, y'all. Let me put it to you like this. This is something that I was told by my parents growing up. And, you know, my parents always told me to never get involved with someone just for the physicality of it, right? They told me that if a man really loved me, he would never try and undress my clothes and take me to bed with him, right? That he would respect me enough to wait, you know, and not put that pressure on me, this and that, right? And the other thing about it is, you know, there's a saying I have, you know, you can't, you know, you have to first undress a person's soul before you ever try and undress their clothes. So to me, like this passion, this chemistry, that's all physical. And that's great. You know, that's something that's needed in a relationship, you know, for the physical, you know, in the intimate times, you know, if we're talking about, you know, adult entertainment behind closed doors, right? But there has to be some type of emotional, mental, and spiritual connection there too, in order for it to work. Otherwise, y'all are confusing sex with love, and you can't do that. That's not what it is. Love is beyond the physical. You know, it's one of those things. It's like you're if you take the physical out of it and just think of yourself like you come home from work and you come home to an empty house. But let's just say you were with your person yesterday and you realize when they were with you yesterday in your house, you know, maybe they, you know, surprised you with breakfast in bed, or they had this great advice or this great idea of something you can do, you know, for your future, you know, if we're talking about career wise, or even help with a problem. You miss their presence. You miss those conversations. You know, you miss the way they look at you, or you miss their laughter. You miss their jokes. It's beyond the physical, okay? We're not talking about anything physical or sexual. It's all the emotional and the mental. That's what you got to focus on, okay? The chemistry is great and all, but don't confuse or conflate sex with love. It's not the same thing. All right, Spirit, what else does this person feel? I want to get back into what your person feels real quick. And then I'm going to get some advice. And then, like I said later, with my Patreon members, if this resonates for, I'll go deeper. Spirit, show me. What else does this person feel for the collective? Yeah, they had who they were. You know, I said, like, you know, I pulled out, they're like trying to wear a mask, wherever it went. They were pretending. I hid who I really am. They couldn't even be vulnerable and upfront with you about who they are. But now, as time has progressed forward, you're starting to see a different side of them. The side of them they didn't show you in the beginning, and other things about them that they hid from you. So, again, who are, if you got strong feelings for this person, who do you have those strong feelings for? Is it the person you thought they were, or the person they really are that they hid from you? And that's another question you got to ask yourself. Which person are you in love with? Spirit, what else? Yeah, they're starting to understand this deep connection with you. But I feel like it scares them. Again, they may still want you, but the way they want you isn't love. It's the physical. It's the sexual part. I don't feel like they want the emotional and the mental side of you. I just heard I can live without all that. It feels to me more of a physical relationship. Almost like a friends with benefit kind of a relationship is what I'm picking up. Spirit. Yeah, because you know how I said they were afraid to get close to you because they're afraid to fall for you or feel deeply for you. I couldn't let you get close to me. So they won't let you get close to them. And even now, I don't feel they'll allow you to get close to them. Because they really understand they messed up. And I feel like they have that fear that even if you are willing to forgive them and give them another chance right now, they would F it up. Because you just taught them how to treat you. You just taught them like, oh, well, she's going to stay with me or he's going to stay with me. So I can still have my fun and still come and, lay down with him or her whenever I want to. Have my cake and eat it too. That's not a mature, healthy relationship, beautiful people. That's not something you should be settling for. Okay? All right, Spirit. Just give me some quick advice for the collective. And my Patreon members, like I said, I'll go much deeper with this with y'all later. Spirit, show me. What's the advice? Yeah, because this person isn't being supportive. And I have the tower here at the bottom of my deck. Okay? The tower is at the bottom, which is the underlying energy. Something needs to change. Like this relationship needs to fall apart so you can start over. But start over with someone else. Because Spirit's saying, trust your intuition. The red flags. That nudge that keeps telling you this person isn't being honest with you. Their Spirit's encouraging you. Trust that. Trust your gut. What does it keep telling you? Because I don't feel like you can keep giving to this person, okay? But they're not going to give back to you. Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving, okay? I feel like you give more than what you get in return. That, too, is not a balanced relationship. It's not a healthy one. So Spirit wants you to trust your intuition. And, now if you're going to give to anyone, give that love to yourself, is what Spirit just said. Give it to your friends and your family. But don't keep pouring the cup into this person. Pour it into yourself first. And then go look and, while you heal, go and, do other things to build yourself up until you meet your next person. Spirit, what else? Show me. Yeah. Otherwise, Spirit saying if you stay, you're going to find yourself delusional Okay? Seven of Cups. This is fantasy. This is an illusion. Okay? You're not going to be able to see it clearly. And like, this also means you can have options. Seven of Cups can also mean options, but that's not how I'm reading it. I'm reading it that you might find yourself still in denial. Or this person might convince you, like, no, I just messed up. No, I don't want that person. I want you. And that's going to make you fantasize and dream, oh, well, my person doesn't really want the other person. They say they want me. Believe their actions, not their words, honey. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in this Nine of Swords. Not able to sleep, restless. You might even dream about it and have nightmares about it, okay? And even if you're struggling to, sleep right now, you may even find yourself getting depressed. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in that, okay? I'm not saying to you, don't feel what you feel. Give yourself that time and that space and that compassion to get over this relationship, to get over this person. So you can heal and find your divine partner. But your divine partner, this ain't it, babes. I'm telling you, this is not the divine partner you're meant to be with. So Spirit wants to make that clear. So love yourself. Pour into yourself. Pour into your friends and your family. Allow them to, be there for you. Lean on them. Allow them to, try and cheer you up or, make plans so you can have a distraction so you don't get so caught up in your emotions and depressed and sad and not want to get out of bed and face the world, okay? I understand going through that. I've been through it myself. But after, a couple days, I cried myself to sleep, y'all. And some of y'all who've been watching me for a while, y'all already know what I'm talking about, okay? I cried myself to sleep for 2 days. After those 2 days, I was done. And when I say I was done, my heart just completely closed off to that person. Didn't matter what they did, didn't matter what they said after that. It was too little too late. And I would never open my heart back up to them. And that's truth. And it never did open back up. So if it means you got to close your heart off for a while, don't even look at romantic love. The only kind of love you need to be focused on is the love for yourself, the love for your family, and the love for your friends. And have love and passion for the things in this life that you enjoy, your hobbies, your interest. Invest in yourself, like, take a class and, add to your skill set, something like that. But don't waste any more time and energy on this person. They're even telling you. They know they messed up. And they know that you should walk away from them. So, if you haven't, that's what Spirit's saying. But still, the choice is up to you. It's like I always tell y'all, you're the CEO of your life. You hire, fire, and promote accordingly, according to how people treat you. And this is one of those times. So you decide. What are you going to do now? It's in your corner. You're in the steering wheel. You're in the driver's seat. Drive that car. Which way do you go now? It's all up to you, beautiful people. So, my beautiful people. Hi, Sunny Land. Hi, Destiny. Hello, Philip. Oh, thank you, Jedi. Much love to you, honey. So, but yeah, I'm okay, honey. I mean, I slept. Because y'all know I haven't had a day off yet. So, I ended up streaming last night when I wasn't planning to. And I had a couple readings I had to do. So, and after that, I caught up with a friend and went to bed. And I didn't wake up till late. It was probably around 10, 9 or 10 when I woke up. So, now I came in here to try and get some work done. But this song came up first. So, beautiful people again. Try listening to this song if you don't know it. Because this is why Spirit brought me out here. Because this song won't stop playing in my head. So I'm hoping now that I've done this, the song will stop and Spirit will leave me alone for a little while so I can get some other work done. You know, I try and be here for y'all as much as I can, but I got other responsibilities and obligations I have to feel too. The song again is by Tony Braxton, Toni, and it's called I Don't Want To. So I would encourage you to look it up on YouTube, type it in, I Don't Want To by Tony Braxton, and type in lyrics and play the song. And you'll watch on the screen, if you find one of the lyric videos that people make, you'll see the lyrics up on the screen and you can, you know, read the words as you listen to the song. Does that song speak to you about your situation, about how you feel? Okay. Because if that's how you're feeling, and like I said, this is a breakup, or it looks like something devastating has happened to where now you're questioning, then this was for you. This, you know, was part of your reading. So take it if it resonates. But if it doesn't, leave it behind. Okay. And if you need a personal private reading with me, though that info is in the description box. You can reach out to me by email. It's there, okay? But I'm gonna go, y'all. Maybe I'll come back later tonight. It's Thursday night or Thursday morning for me now. Maybe I'll be back tonight. I don't know. I gotta see how much work I get done. Don't hold me to it. I'll try, but I can't promise you anything. So I'm gonna leave it here, my beautiful people. And then again, my Patreon members, I'll do a bonus extended on this later, okay? So my beautiful people, I'm going to end it here. Those were the messages. I hope this helps. And I'm sending y'all love and light. Much love and blessings until next time.